Hey, talking about is this is JC Alvarez, and we're here for the Season 7 premiere of RuPaul's Drag Race, coming to you from the Diamond Horseshoe in New York City. We're going to get ready to meet all the new contestants for Season 7 and bring you some of the scoop of, what the ladies are going to be up to this season. I mean, it's wild. It's crazy. There's never been contestants like this before. Join us for this ride. It's going to be phenomenal. I have to tell you, I am so excited for Season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, everyone is just so hyped up about this season.
Oh my God, it is so much fun. The gals are all extremely talented in different ways. And you know, what's really great about it is there's some new twists on something that is obviously tried and true. So it's fabulous.
Well, you have some new judges this year.
Yes,
and that dynamic kind of like changes things around. How did you feel about having, Carson now in the mix?
You know, Carson is fantastic. He's got that critical eye. He's got that queer eye, for the queer gal. And I mean, he'll give it to you straight. So.
Well, and then there's Michelle, of course.
Oh, Michelle. I mean, she's the mother of all mothers, She's going to tell you like it is, but at the same time, it is all with love. With love.
Now, I love the mix of contestants this year. I want to understand, because you're all so dynamic and so different, how would you describe your distinct style of drag?
My style is, it's a combination of that suburban housewife who just can't wait to get the hell out of the kitchen. And, something like from the department store. I like a nice, sensible separate, or I'll buy a Mother of the Bride gown and beat it up, So, I'm a sensible gal who likes to accessorize a lot.
Well, you're accessorizing very well.
Well, thank you so much. Everybody likes a little sparkle to go to the grocery store or, around town, vacuuming in a gown. I mean, who doesn't? There are housewives out there that are going to watch and say, that's me!
And that's exactly what we want in our drag queen, someone we can, identify with.
Yes. I modeled my character after my mom, my great aunts, Italians. So, very simple gals. My mom would wear this to a PTA meet and greet.
Now, without fail, it always happens every year. We always have a standout queen that everybody hates. Can you give me the dish? Who's that queen this year?
It's funny. I've gotten close to my sisters. No, I do. I love them all. But there's a couple gals. They're young, and you don't hate the youth. But I remember when I was younger, I had a lot of balls. Now I still have balls because it takes a lot of balls to be a lady. And that's what they don't necessarily get. They need to be ladylike sometimes. But they're going to give you some great television, I can tell you that, and so will I.
Right, and here we have Max, one of the new contestants from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7. Max, this experience must be overwhelming. How do you feel?
I'm overwhelmed. No, I'm mostly just been thrilled to be along for this ride. A couple of these cities, it's my first time being in, like ever, and what a wonderful first time. And I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast with all of my friends, traveling it's like a sleepover every night in new cities all around the country. It's crazy, but it's so much fun. Well,
tell me where you hail from, because all of you are representing major cities all across the United States of America. Where are you from?
I'm from the Midwest, Wisconsin, and then Minneapolis, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and then Wisconsin, and then Minneapolis. So right now I'm in Minneapolis, and it's cold just like here, but I love it. I love it. It's a wonderful hometown, and I couldn't be prouder of it.
Now, by looking at you, I mean, this is an incredible ensemble that you have on. You are representing old Hollywood glamour.
Yes, sir. Old Hollywood glam. I like to update it a little bit, and I also like to recycle what I can from what's worked in the past. So I do love myself some old Hollywood.
Got a great little fusion of Gwen Stefani and Marlena Dietrich right here.
Honestly, the LA look that I did, people were saying it was Gwen Stefani left, and it wasn't even something I'd thought about. But I love her. I used to listen to Rocksteady over and over and over. So yeah, she's definitely up there in my book.
Now, Season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race, of course, we're imagining that this year it's going to be one of the best and brightest. I mean, it just keeps getting better. What are some things that you can tell us about this season?
I can't tell you too much. I can tell you that new judges, new challenges, things you completely haven't seen before, things that you have seen before, maybe with a little bit of a twist.
Some nudity?
A little bit of nudity, right off the bat, too. No holds barred. Season 7, Lucky 7. It's going to be so much fun.
We just want to let our audience know just to be prepared,
Yeah, be prepared for anything, and if you have children, be ready to cover their eyes at any point. You really might have to.
There hasn't been a moment that just blew your mind. Are fans going to be blown away every week by something new and spectacular?
Yes, I'm really excited to show who I am. I'm just a little queen from Nashville, Tennessee. So to get this opportunity is like absolutely amazing. So I'm just ready to show everybody who Jaden You Are Fierce is.
Now you said you're from Tennessee?
Yes, from Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised.
And how long have you been performing in drag?
About 4.5. Well, it's probably about creeping up almost on 5 about now.
Oh, so, yeah. I'm looking at creeping up. You got to be kidding me. This is like, come on. You started drag when you were a baby.
Well, not a baby. I actually, when I first saw my first drag queen, I was actually a little bit creeped out. I didn't really understand it. I walked in to play Dance Bar, which is my bar in Nashville, and they had a drag show, and I was just like, that's kind of strange. But until I actually sat down and started watching the shows over and over and over, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is an art form.
What does this mean to you to be part of this season's cast?
Well, this is definitely history in the making, and I'm just overwhelmed to even be a part of it. You know, we are definitely leaders in our community now, so this is very overwhelming and special.
Yeah. And certainly you bring a lot to Drag Race this year. I mean, it's like, you know, as part of such a legacy already of continuing to pass the torch. Could you tell us what that means personally for you to sort of like now be representing for the, can I call it the House of Davenport? Would that be correct?
Well, yes. I mean, the originator of the House of Davenport, Alexis Davenport, I mean, she really raised us up to be not only representatives of the brand, but to represent ourselves. So, I mean, to even take it this far and to put emphasis on gay family, I mean, it touches me because family is everything to me.
And you certainly have one of the most incredible looks today. I mean, it's like this season they're stressing realness, and my God.
Well, honey, that's what I'm known for. You know, you got to keep up. You have to keep up, honey. Once you set that pace for yourself, you have to top yourself every time.
So the competition is really, really tough this year.
Yeah, I mean, everyone puts their best foot forward. So it is stiff. The challenges are I believe the challenges were harder than the seasons before, but it's $100,000 at stake, honey. You know, we have to work for it.
Yeah. Lady Bunny, how are you?
I'm doing great. I've been with these girls all over the country. We're taking this launch party national, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them and see what their performance skills are like, and you know, really see that they do get along in real life. But until the fireworks and the TV show kicks in, the bitching moments that we all love, the cat fights that make reality TV go round.
Of course, I mean, but this has been such a phenomenon. I mean, could you believe all the fervor that's around RuPaul's Drag Race and just what you guys have created?
Sure. I mean, clubs are expensive. It gives you drag shows in your home through the TV. But, I mean, there's always someone who everyone is rooting for their own person. Sometimes because they're great performers or because they're beautiful. Sometimes because of just their mannerisms on the show. I know that my favorite man in a wig who I really hope wins this season is Michelle Visage. I just love him.
The competition every year gets tougher and tougher, and I'm looking around, I'm seeing all the contestants, and it's kind of like you're all so different. I can't pick just one to love. I mean, it must be like incredible. I mean, like, what was like something that stood out from this year that we should be watching out for?
I think this year, like, there's a lot of variety, and it's fun. It makes the show fun, and it makes the people want to keep like seeing more. I think just meeting all the girls, you could feed off of their energies and just keep building your own. So that's really nice.
Now I'm looking at you, and you look really quite amazing. It's like it's quite a unique art form that all of you have such a distinct signature style. How would you describe your particular style of drag?
Girly, funky, sexy. Of course, I have to have that sex appeal. I think I'm a little like gangsta at times. I grew up with African American girls playing double dutch, so I got that in me. I do.
And this phenomenon just keeps getting bigger and bigger. What does this mean for you?
It's, you know, it's like RuPaul always says to us, you're in the Olympics of drag now. You know when you've made it on the show that you've reached like the top level, the top shelf of drag. So for this old can of tuna, it's like being moved up a shelf, right? And it felt great. It feels amazing.
No, I mean, it's like you certainly seem to have a slight edge over the other girls in that you seem to me like you're a lot more polished. Have you been doing drag for a longer period of time?
Actually, I started very late. I started about 8 or 9 years ago, but I'm older than the other girls, so I know you can't tell. Back up just a little bit. But I am the oldest contestant that's ever been on the show as well, really? So I bring with me age and experience.
Well, and this wonderful package. I mean, it's like, you know, if I'd love to ask you to stand up.
I've been happy to stand up.
Because yes, because we have to see. Look. I'm like lost in the sauce here. Well, congratulations! I'm making it to season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, what is this like for you? I mean, this is overwhelmingly incredible.
It's surreal. I was walking through Times Square last night and I see my face on a giant electronic billboard. I was like, oh my God, I danced around the corner on Broadway for a year and a half and worked a lot harder than I did for this and never got my face even on a wanted poster. Right.
And I mean, really, like, you all become role models within the community. That must be a certain amount of pride that goes along with that.
You know, I'm the show director for Hamburger Mary's in Orlando, and I've had a lot of offers to work at a lot of different places, but I always keep that. I don't want to give it up because our main clientele is about 90% straight families with children. And because I grew up in the theater, I taught children's theater, I've dealt with kids my entire life, I think it's very important for us to make sure that it's no longer a scary thing, that it's an extension of art, that it's not something to be afraid of. You should celebrate it like we are. So that's what I'm really looking forward to this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like this is an incredible opportunity to celebrate the art form that you guys all do as entertainers. It's really quite spectacular that drag has become such a mainstream phenomenon.
Yes, absolutely. I think we owe it not only to RuPaul but to Divine, because the two of them just kind of took the, well, I don't know, can I say by the balls?
Sure.
Okay, took the world by the balls, duct taped them back, and then just knocked down the walls. You know, they burnt down the buildings to make everybody see that this is art. This is something that we should be proud of, not ashamed of. We don't have to hide this behind club doors at 4 in the morning.
I'm looking at you, and you're giving me very Space Girl kind of, you know.
Tomb Raider, Space Girl Tomb Raider. That's what I was going for.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You look spectacular.
Thank you so much.
Welcome
you
to
look spectacular.
Oh,
do you work out?
On occasion.
I don't. I don't.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, this is a workout.
Right? You ain't lying about that.
Well, welcome to season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, this must be such a great experience. Can you give us any kind of hints as to what the season's overall theme has been? What we can look forward to?
I would like to know that answer as well. I don't know. I think this season is really focused on fashion. And because there are some fashion girls up here, I thought I was going to walk in there and be the most fashionable, but then you got Miss Fame, and Pearl, and Violet, and I'm like, oh my God, well, I need to read a Vogue or something. But no, all these red carpets we've been going to, like, the cast as a whole, everybody looks so spectacular. Like, it's such a good season. Okay, well, maybe that's the theme, like, realness just got realer, because everybody brought it. I can say that.
I think the level has been set really high.
I think so too. I think this season in general, the level of artistry is super incredible, and we set the standard really high. Season 8, good luck, bitches. It's going to be so hard to top this season. It's not even funny.
Well, I can tell that already. It's going to be really remarkable. We're going to be watching intensely and rooting for you.
Thank you.
I'm JC Alvarez. Thanks for joining us, and tune into more Talking About. You don't want to miss it. We bring you all the great new stuff, like season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Just met all the girls. Who do you have? Who's your favorite? I mean, I already have a favorite. I mean, you got to have a favorite. You got to tell us who your favorite is. I'm JC Alvarez, and you're watching Talking About.